G'day, Alex Collins, Bendigo Sheep and Lamb Market Report, the first sale for Bendigo for March. Pretty interesting day there at Bendigo. We just saw probably a follow-on to what happened in the back end of last week. After a more positive market last week, we saw a disappointing market there in Bendigo today. I reckon heavy lambs probably back off 10 to 15, maybe a little bit more in cases, dollars, so sort of 5.80 through to 6.20 or 30 probably covered a fair few of those. Some made a little bit less so in places for sure. Trade lambs probably weren't too much different on a cents a kilo basis. So your heavy lambs, probably there was heavy lambs making 160 bucks. They got out to a top of 220 for very, very heavy drafts of lambs. But your trade lambs in under that, 125 through to 155, would have bought you most of those sort of lambs. A lot of people there operating today in a very limited capacity, including the major processors. Everyone's got plenty of lambs around them in a direct sense, and very selective in what they're doing in the marketplace. MK lambs, they're probably making the most sense a kilo of anything, low to mid sixes there on a lot of those sort of 16 to 20 kilo lambs that suit the bag trade. Merino lambs, if you've got a bit of moss, a little bit of fibre, I reckon they're making similar cents a kilo to crossbred lambs, 5.60 to 6 there. Tops of the Merino lambs out to about $148. Sheep, roller coaster there on sheep. So we were down the week before. We had a big jump last week and we probably lost most of what we gained last week. So 10 to 20 cheaper off the back of that similar rise last week, as I said. A lot of those heavy sheep, $2 to $2.20 a kilo dress weight. Your medium and sort of lighter end sheep, they're selling better on a cents a kilo basis, $30 to $40 covered. A lot of the light sheep though, and they're making sort of $250 to $280 at the real light end, and your tradie sheep sort of 45 to 65. So depending on, as I said, on what skin return there is there with a bit of moss. So anyway, it's interesting times if you've got lambs. If you've got lambs, good. It's very important to find the best marketing alternative you can for them at the minute. And if your lambs need a little bit more, you want to feed them on for a while, because I think you'll get well paid for it. But anyway, talk to any one of our team if you want to know a little bit more about what's happening in the market at the minute. We'll catch up with you next week. Thank you.